Poached International Partners is a volunteer organisation registered in Portugal. We have two main objectives. Firstly, since many of our members are keen to share with others their professional skills and experience, as well as their hobbies, we aim to benefit local communities through organised volunteer projects. Secondly, we aim to bring together members of all the international communities in the OS region from which our membership is drawn. We're pleased to welcome you to our new project, Let's Cook. This is a light-hearted cookery series with a difference. Each week on Thursday evening at 7 p.m, a different home chef will share with you their love of cooking by showing you how to make typical dishes from their home country. We're going to introduce you to home chefs from several different countries living here in the West region. They'll present dishes typical of Chinese, Dutch, French, Portuguese and Russian cuisine, for example, but we have many more national cuisines to share with you. Every Tuesday, we'll advertise to let you know which cuisine will be presented the following Thursday. If you enjoy watching the Let's Cook presentations, you might consider making a donation to support one or more of our many projects, which include helping the day centres for the elderly and helping the homeless and disadvantaged communities in the OS region. Here are our bank details, and the name on the account is Poached International Community Volunteers, and please put Let's Cook in the reference. If you'd be interested in making today's dishes, then here's the list of the ingredients you'd need, together with the method you should follow. So, sit back and enjoy. And now, let's cook.
Hello everybody, my name is Gil, and today I will cook something for you a bit French and a bit different, you know. So my first recipe will be poached salmon in a nice sauce that sorry to say that, it's a bit invented, with some glazed veg, and then we'll do sort of what we call in France pain perdu, which is a lost bread, hey-ho. In France we say, Marie Antoinette used to say, why those people are shouting in the streets, and somebody said, it's because they've got no bread. And then she said, oh, let them have brioche. So today we're going to have some sort of brioche, perdu, lost brioche, made with some little things, you know, and you'll see, that will be nice. Okay, let's cook. Let's begin with the stock. The stock for the fish later on. So you will have to. I prepared it a little bit before because it has to be cold to cook the fish. So some carrots, onions, bay leaf, and some. That's nice. Some white wine, and then you could put a slice of lemon, so keeps the acidity of the things all together. So it has to boil for, let's say, a good half an hour, and then when it's cooked, you just leave it to cold. So I will put it back into my pan, and we'll have it ready for later on to cook the fish. As I said before, you leave it cold, and then you put your fish into the stock, and then when it's hot again, boiling, your fish is ready. So we'll do the fish a little bit later. Now let's go for the veg. So today I'm going to cook some potatoes, boiled potatoes, some beans, we call them flat beans in France. I don't know how the word in English. And then some carrots. So I'm going to cook them first, and then I'm going to glaze them with a bit of butter and a bit of, a bit of something, a bit of some that. So let's go. For the potatoes, just, you know, to have something nice in the plate, just to make it nice and round. So just a little bit of cut, easy, and then you need a good knife, of course, and then trying to take off all the bad angles and make it just like an egg shape. And if you do it for several people, for today it's only for 2 people, but if you do it for 6 or 7, all the little bits of carrots and things like that, just can keep them and make a nice little soup with it. Just put some pumpkin and some carrots and some leaves, you know, and it will be nice. So that's it for the potatoes, nice and round and presentable in the plate. That's it. And then we do the same for the carrots. So you cut them in shape and then give them a nice little curvy, I like this word, and a nice curvy shape. Okay, and then after some beans. So just cut them in 3 pieces, you know, that will be nice. And then we've got to boil them. So in the pan you do put some salt, some nice salt, just nice, how do you say, pinch, you know, just a little bit. Potatoes always, because they love the salt. And nothing with the carrots, because they will be a bit sugary after. So we will do it. So let's put everything on the stove, and let's get ready for the rest. Okay, let's go again. And now we are going to prepare the sauce for the salmon, which is, you know, salmon if it's just grilled or boiled or cooked in the oven. If there is no sauce, there is no taste. The sauce brings everything to your recipe. So either, depends on your taste, you can use either an onion, red onion, or shallots. Shallots are really nice for this sauce, but I didn't find any shallots. So let's go and try to mince this onion to be ready to go into the pan. So we'll have to make it very, very small, because you're going to find it in the sauce. Mind your fingers. Too late. You know, I know how to cut my finger, but as I am French, I know how to cut the heads as well. So, careful. That's my French sense of humor. Poor kings and some nice people, they had their head cut. It's what we call revolution. And I think it's going to be the same soon in France, because everything is going wrong. Sorry for the noise. Here we are. So, onion in the pan. Here we are. Right, okay. Okay, so we chopped the onions, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the story of this sauce. So maybe I sort of created it 25 years ago, and my ex father and mother-in-law, They loved it, and I said, okay, now you're going to cook it for us in big jars, and we're going to freeze it, and we call it sauce Gil. So it will be the name of the sauce. So onions, we'll try to put, let's say, 1 glass of, you see, well, the rest I drink it. No, 1 glass of white wine, and then you just boil it to reduction. Let's say maybe half of it. And then in it, I've got some nice curcuma, which is, some people will say, oh yes, of course, it's ever so good for the bones and the articulation and all. So I nearly use every day curcuma. So I put a nice, let's say 1.5 spoon of curcuma. And then to give, it's a bit like curcuma but with some more ingredient in it, maybe some curry or whatever. So give a little bit stronger taste to the base. So I'm going to use this spoon, and maybe I'm going to put half a spoon of some more of this thing. And then for this base of sauce, of course, you always put, you know, it's just like your taste, but I never use too much salt, because if there is not enough, you can add some salt, but if there is too much, it's lost. So let's say, you know, a little bit of salt, and that's it. And some grey pepper, which is doesn't leave any stains, you know, in the with the sauce, because it's nearly white. And then you wait for it to, you know, stir it to reduce a little bit, full fire, and it's going on all right with a very, very nice color. And then you use a lime. Oops, that's it. And then put some lemon or lime in your sauce. Not too much, because if you put too much, it will be not very good. So everything is just a little bit light. So we've got to leave it to reduce a little bit. Okay, so the sauce is gently cooking. The onions or shallots or whatever you want has to cook and not to be too crispy, so because they will liberate the flavor. So when it's like that, a little bit more I should say. Okay, as you can see, the sauce has reduced to the half, more or less. So it's nice, creamy, not yet, but nice and thick. So what we have to do now is to trying to finish this sauce with some fresh cream. So if you use one of those, which is 200 milliliters, so it could be all right. And then cook it slowly, because fresh cream doesn't like to be boiled. Otherwise the cream goes funny. So that's it for the moment. Okay, so everything is in order now, and the veg are nearly cooked, nearly finished. So the sauce seems pretty nice, you see, really nice and tasty. So let's put it in the corner gently, and then we are going to strain the veg then by the end of the cooking, I just put a good teaspoons of butter with the juice of the carrots. So now let's strain the carrots. Sorry, I'm doing wrong. That's cooking. Here we are. And now let's put the carrots to glaze. So fire on. Let's say 3 nice teaspoons of butter. Butter is good. Not for your liver, but butter is good. And go for it. Glazed. And then a little bit of orange, which is from my tree outside. Not quite ready, but enough to have a nice little juice of orange with the carrots. And then, because I like to shock, you know, to have a nice battle in my plate, I love to mix the textures and the flavors. So with the carrots, little bit of butter, a little bit of orange juice, and a little bit, let's say, half a tablespoon of honey, which makes it really different. So that's how I glaze them. And that won't need to be. So that's it. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. And sorry, you cannot smell, but it is really nice. Really, really nice. As you can see, they are nicely glazed, and they will take all the flavors, and the texture will be really nice with the orange juice, a bit of honey, and the butter. Of course, no salt and no pepper and nothing like that. So just leave them to reduce, and then the glazing will be really nice. So slowly for the moment, and we're going to forget them on the corner. And then now we'll have the stock we made earlier, and then we've got our salmon, and just the stock is cold. So just put the pieces of salmon, that's for 2, and then just boil it. And when it's going to boil, the salmon will be ready. And then we'll put everything on the plate, and I will show you the end of the recipe. So now, as you can see, the stock is boiling, so the salmon is ready. So let's take it out of the plate first before put it in a dish. So I kept the skin because I think when it's cooking gives a nice taste. So that's it for the first one. Fire off. Here we are. And then, okay, let's plate it. Here we are. Carrots on the top. It's always nice to have some nice colors. There we are. Then let's go for the normal boiled potato. Potatoes are so nice veg. I know that English people, they say it's not veg. Veg should be green, but hey, it's good. And then after, let's go for the beans. No? Okay. And for the last, let's go for the carrots. The glazed, nicely glazed carrots. Here we are, ladies. Let's go on the dish. Here we are. You have to be a bit of an artist to do something nice and pretty. The green, the orange, lovely. Then you could add some bit of juice. Make really nice. Here we are. And then let's go for the sauce, which is ready as well. Here we are. So we just go on the sides a little bit, and that's it. Voila. And then of course you just put it in another small dish, and then I will keep you with your recipe. That's it. Here we are. Thank you. Bon appétit, bien sûr. Hello again. So for the second course, we are going to do some pain perdu, a little bit of my way. You could call it as you want, but it's sort of my creation. So I'm not going to give it a name or whatever, because it would be too, you know. So for that, we will need some little brioche that you can find in any shop you want. Some little brioche. You'll need 2 eggs, some milk, fresh cream. Again, in France we don't know how to cook without any fresh cream. Some cinnamon and coconut liqueur, which is sort of pina colada, as nice. And then for the end, for the presentation of the plate, we need some chantilly, and I've got some red fruit here. So that's going to be all of it, and then to make it really nice, some caramel sauce on the top and a little bit of ice sugar. So I think we've got everything, so let's cook. So first of all, just break the eggs. Then a little bit of cinnamon, let's say half a teaspoon would be nice, just to give a little taste. Then I would say half a glass. So I've got a glass here. You know, if you put half a glass, it'd be nice. So mine, it's not milk, don't drink it. Or after. Then we've got everything. A little bit of fresh cream, because it gives all the texture of the little bread. Let's say, you know, something like that. You know, 10 centiliters. Then a bit of milk. And that's it. Let's say, you know, half a glass of milk and half a glass as well of fresh cream. Then we've got to cut into the little bread. Here we are. And then so mix everything. And of course, you know, could be just brioche fried in butter, but you know, the way I do it brings a lot of flavor and a lot of texture to the brioche. So after a nice meal, that's a nice sobremesa, as they say in Portugal. Nice dessert. So, yeah, mix everything. And that's it. So, just put the little brioche into the mixture. Usually I put one little bread for one, you know. So we're going to cook it now, prepare the recipe. Now the main thing is ready, so let's let it soak a little bit, get a bit of flavor and thing, and then we can go to the second part of cooking. So, second part of the recipe, we've got a pan. We put some butter in it because the little bread are going to cook in butter. So just let it, oh, not too much because otherwise it could be too brown. So that's it. And then let's see with this little one how they are. They seem alright to me. So let's go. That's it. All good. So make sure they are nice and soaked, because it's not nice to find dryness into your tongue. It's sort of a bread and butter pudding, but my way. So that's it, and let it go for a while. That's nice. And then we're going to be nearly ready. I'm going to get a plate, yes, and just 3 minutes to cook a little bit, to give them a nice brownie, a little bit more. And as we said in France, oh, ça c'est un succès. Et bon appétit, bien sûr. One of the best chefs in France. He was always cooking on television, and his word, when he was finishing the recipe, he said, "Eh, bon appétit, bien sûr." Yeah, so we had so many nice French chefs in France, so many. Well, I'm not a chef. I'm just like, I like to eat. Don't watch my tummy. Cut everything. So the little breads are slowly frying into the pan. Just see how they are on one side. Lovely. Look at that. Brown and full of flavors. I know somebody who's going to die for that. sure you're not going to lose weight, but where is the pleasure if you eat only boiled potatoes and boiled veg and whatever? There's no pleasure. So, I mean, a good dessert with a nice glass of wine. What else? George Clooney? Of course. Or Jennifer Lopez. She will be nice in the house. So, I think we are nearly there. I'm going to switch off the fire. Yeah, it's fine. So now the little breads are ready to finish to put them on the plate, as you think it's the best. I leave it to you the artistic way to do it. Oh, there's a bit of crispness and a bit of, look at that. I think I'm going to have one. So, on the top, I've got some fruits, which are, they were congelated, but you know, it's still nice. If you got some fresh strawberries or whatever, it could be nice as well, you know, and then a little bit on the top, just to hit the flavors and the colors, and here we are. Right, then ice sugar from Daddy. Here we are. Because remember, I didn't put any sugar in the recipe, so all the sugar comes now. Here we are. And of course, as I am French, I'm going to put some crème chantilly. Ready? Let's go. Here we are, and that will be it. So, if you like caramel, you know, I always put a little bit of caramel sauce on the top, just to give a little bit of something more. So maybe it's 2000 calories, but we don't mind. Here we are for the Brioche Perdu my way. So, hello again. That was another episode of Let's Cook. I really appreciate it to cook for everybody, and hope you had a few tips, just like the carrots and maybe the thing for the pain perdu and all. And I wanted to introduce you my wife, Jacqueline. And come on, Jacqueline. And yeah.
I'm so lucky to have married a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Because he cooks like this for me every single day. So
yeah, you understand that? Oh, that's nice.
I crown you with this Let's Cook pinion.
Wow.
The chef of my house.
That. Yeah, look at that. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
So see you next time for the maybe a next episode, a next recipe. Okay, everybody. Bye then.